have to start by saying a couple things about Jameis Winston. I know in the past we've made videos about him and people got mad at us for us saying that he's a little bit of a character concern, and I understand it. One instance in college and never has had a problem in the NFL now. I do regret us having those conversations, but I would like to remind everybody I actually was for Jameis Winston. I knew that wasn't that big of a deal. So for that, I do apologize. Secondly, I believe Jameis Winston can not only revive his career in New Orleans, especially now that Drew Brees is out of the picture and has retired, even though he's one of the greatest of all time. I don't think in every way. To me, though, Jameis Winston, when you talk about a man that came in as a guy that you knew was going to start right away for the Buccaneers in his, when he first got into Tampa. I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't put a whole lot of blame on him. I mean, a guy that really is only, I think, off the top of my head, I don't think he made the playoffs at all in Tampa, but he was a guy that you watched him through the league, and there was some promise. A guy that threw 22 touchdown passes his rookie year, started all 16 games, threw for over 4,000 yards, came back, 28 touchdowns, career high his second year. And finally, when it was all kind of going downhill at Tampa, fast forward all the way down to 2019, went 7-9 as a starter, completed nearly 61% of his passes, threw the ball a lot. Let's make that abundantly clear. Threw for over 5,000 yards, threw 33 touchdowns, but also threw 30 interceptions. Let's be real. That was a little excessive. But now I think with the spot where he's going, I think that the Saints are a great team that could really help him relaunch his career. Already talked about Alvin Kamara. Man is probably one of the best running backs in the last century already. I mean, you talk about a guy that does it all. Catches the football, runs the football. I mean, Alvin Kamara, he put up 6 touchdowns on the Vikings. It's hard for me to say, but 58 touchdowns in the last 4 seasons, nearly 60 touchdowns in the last 4 seasons. I don't need to say anything else. But at the end of the day, Jameis Winston, especially with all of his talent that he has surrounding him, Michael Thomas, I think, still brings a lot to this wide receiver core. Traquan Smith, I think, is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the entire NFL. And I really think that if he gets more of an opportunity and more passes thrown to him without a Drew Brees that his arm is slowly deteriorating, okay, it's kind of maybe a difficult discussion, but it was certainly not the arm that he had before. But, this guy's scored 14 touchdowns in his first 3 years with the Saints. I think he's incredible. He's athletic. He's big body receiver at 6'2". I think he's a great weapon for Jameis Winston. And we also talk about a lot of the other talent that the Saints have. They really, to me, they're very talented, and I think you cannot debate that. And this is the one thing I don't like that people really talk about when they talk about Michael Thomas. He only runs slants. I don't think that's necessarily true, but I'm not necessarily going to have that conversation right now. But a man that didn't score any touchdowns, let that sink in for a second, didn't score any touchdowns in 2020. Injuries, understand it. Totally understand it. But this man has scored 32 touchdowns in his first 4 years in the NFL. That's not going to happen again this year. He's going to come back and bounce back in a major way for the Saints. So don't count this man out. But at the end of the day, with what the Saints have, and Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Traquan Smith, even Adam Troutman, who I think is going to take a big step, a former third-round pick, is going to take a big step this year. Even Latavius Murray, they have weapons, and they have a good offensive line. Jameis Winston has a very underrated arm. I think he could not only revive his career, I think he could make the Saints contenders, and I really think it just really comes down to what he learns from Sean Payton, how it was in that first year, what he learned from Drew Brees. I think it could be a very special offense moving forward. So, but at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to what we see. But don't be sleeping on Jameis Winston. Now, the manster, a former national champion, deserves a lot of respect, even though I call him being a national champion, but topic for another day. But let me know what you guys think. Will Jameis Winston revive his career, and will he lead that offensive attack there in New Orleans? I think he will. So make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. If you would like to follow us on all social media, we always put in the description all of our social media handles. Make sure you guys click down there. Make sure you find those. Also, check out our website at thesportsbriefpodcast.com. And if you'd like to listen to us on iTunes, we are available there as well for you guys to listen. So with that, have a great night. Take it easy. And also remember to, be excited for this season. It's going to be a fun season all around, whether you're a Saints fan, a Vikings fan, whatever it is. But really excited to see it for the season. So, guys, take it easy.